Hey, so over the last 6 months, we've generated $1.6 million using 2 presentations with the same format, but also one formula. And today in this video, I want to break down the format and the formula so you can replicate it and reuse it to get the same results for your consulting business in the next 12 months. Here's the thing, check this out. In the last 6 months, we have used a couple of things that have really helped us change the game. Rather than creating new things every month, new marketing campaigns, new funnels, new assets, we've done 2 major in-person events. We've done 2 what I call 5 in 30 presentations for LinkedIn online workshops, for partnership presentations, and the results have been over 1,000 leads generated, 20 applications a month, 2 to 3 sales presentations each week, and over $1.2 million. At this point, we've done $1.6 million in sales. Not all of it is cash collected, but contracted and beyond. And the reason I'm telling you this is not because I want to brag, it's because if I can do it with 2 presentations that I deliver, one online and one offline, you can do the same thing as long as you have the right formula. So what I'd like to do today in today's presentation, if you are interested in jumping in, I have a workbook that you might want to download. All you have to do, if you want the scripts and the templates, is just comment workbook, and my team will send you a link where you can download the workbook so you can have some of these templates and frameworks and start putting them into action. Because all I ask is that if you're getting value from this video, you comment below, like, subscribe, and just tag me when you've got a win on LinkedIn. Because if I know, I can celebrate the wins with you. So let's dive in, shall we? Every single month, most consultants go into the month not knowing what to talk about, what to promote, what they want to get. And so we live in what I call a hope strategy. I hope I get a lead. I hope I make a sale. The reality is that most of the consultants we speak with have experience and expertise. The only thing they lack is a strategy and a process to get that experience and expertise out to more people. And so in our world, the mistake I see consultants make is that they are literally designing events for education, which means they give away their best thinking and they leave people feeling like they've got everything they need. I want to change the frame today. I want you to start using events as attraction. So there is a systemized approach to running events that allows you to talk about a problem that your marketplace has, create a promotional sequence that gets people to say yes, present for 30 to 60 minutes a month that has them go, I need to talk to you, and then follow up and pursue good opportunities to turn them into clients. That is it. That's the game. And so the thing that I will say straight up is that most consultants have low visibility, low engagement, low registrations to events, low lead flow, inconsistent opportunities, and rely on referrals. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm not far off the mark. The thing is, the measure of marketing success is never what you know you do, but what your marketplace knows you do, right? And so we want to let the marketplace know that we do something and that we have experience that could help them. So what we're going to do is I want to take you into a framework. Every framework in marketing comes down to a little thing called A.I.D.A. Now, if you haven't heard of A.I.D.A before, what it is it's attention. The very first thing that we've got to do is get attention every month. So what I'd like you to do is every month I want you to think of, and by the way, it doesn't have to be different every month, but I'd like you to think for your first sprint, we call this a sprint, what is the theme that is linked to a problem that your marketplace has, that they would go, I need to talk to them, I need to learn about that. Once we have people's attention, the thing that we want to do is capture any interest. So if we say, hey, and they go, yes, then we want to go, would you like to? And we have to make an offer. So an offer precedes interest. If you want more interest and more leads, you have to make more offers. If your interest is inconsistent, your leads are inconsistent, it's because your marketing is inconsistent. And so we want to create a system so we solve the inconsistency problem by making you more consistent. Once we've got interest, we need to build up desire. And desire means we want people to show up, we want people to engage, and we want people to take not just an interest, but we want them to commit to turning up, to being involved with whatever you've got going on. And the last step is that we have to have a call to action, what we want them to do next. Now, as a consultant, the thing that you probably want them to do is book a strategy call to help them map out a plan. Now, I'm going to put a couple of resources below if you're interested in running events on LinkedIn. I have a YouTube video for that, as well as a format to help you run and architect small profitable events. I'll put the link to those two videos below. Again, if you're liking it, like, subscribe, and let me know that you got value from today's video. So once we've got those pieces of the puzzle, we understand the psychology, here's what we're going to do. I want you to design, and by the way, like I said, most people need 1 to 3 presentations for your whole year of marketing, because you can rotate them, okay? You can keep doing it. I'd rather you do less better than do more complicated things average. And so we want to just dial one thing in rather than trying to give you everything. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to think of a problem. What is a problem that your target market has right now, strategically, tactically, that is stopping them from making progress? We want to educate them on that, and by educate them, we want to let them know that yes, they have a problem, yes, we understand, but also here is one strategy, a simple strategy that's going to help you solve it. Next, we need to create a promo, and a promo is a sequence or a campaign that goes out to the marketplace that over a period of 10 days conditions your marketplace to understand what you do and how you can help them, so they go, I need to talk to you, or I need to come to the event. Once we've got the promo sorted, we need to get a presentation. Now, your presentation is the conversion mechanism. After you've done the presentation, you can cut this up. It becomes content for the next couple of months, right? So smarter, not harder is the game that we're playing. And once we've presented, we want to pursue. We want to pursue every opportunity that we have, every lead, every opt-in, every attendee, every person that came into our world within that 30-day experience. This is the game. So what we realize is that ultimately, you don't need to do heaps of things differently. Our goal for you is to get consistent attention, predictable registrations. We want you to build a warm email list. Every time someone registers for one of your events, they become a contact that you can nurture. It also helps you create a pre-sold audience. So people know what you do, know how you can help them, and they come to you within the month or two after and take interest, or say, hey, listen, now's a good time for me. You're going to get better sales opportunities, and you're going to generate leads faster and revenue sooner. That's all I want for you, right? And I'm going to go through the 7 emails that you need in just a minute. But before I do, think about this for a second. Every time you have a problem, the best way to capture, right? If you want to jump into this, the thing that we want to do is, in order to capture the people who have that problem, which means that they relate to it, which means that they're probably someone you should be talking to and you are someone that they should be talking to, we want to create a framework. So how we do that is there are 3 things that we want to create and put on a landing page. We want to talk about it in 2 frames. What it is, what it does, and how it helps. This is the formula. What it is a topic. What's the topic we're talking about that your target market will relate to? What's the title that showcases the takeaway that they're going to get, the thing that they're going to be like, I know how this is going to help make my business or my life easier, better, and more enjoyable. And the how it helps are the takeaways, as in the tactics, the tactical takeaways that they're going to go, I'm going to get this. I'm going to leave with this. So when we think about those things, what it is, what it does, how it helps, whenever you have a landing page, all we want to do is what it is. They need to know exactly what it is as quickly as possible. What it does, that's what I'm going to get. That's how it's going to help me. How it helps. How it helps. These are the things these are the benefits that you're going to walk away with. And then we want something visual that represents visually the topic, and then some social proof at the bottom. When you have a simple landing page with just that, it's about the quality of the copy and the thinking behind the offer that becomes more important than having a big, long, fancy page, right? Most of us don't need a quantity of things. We need quality of assets. So once you've dialed that in, you've got a good page to capture the interest of people who can relate to the problem and want a solution to that problem. This is where it kind of becomes really cool. It's a very set formula of how we promote. And we want to every month, once we've captured people, what we want to make sure, once we've got a place to capture people, we want to send people to that place. And the best way I know how is to create a campaign. See, most consultants, what they do is they send one email. And they go, oh, I sent an email and only 5 people registered. One email is not enough. You want to have at least 10 days before you go live, which means you want to have at least 7 emails over 10 days that go out to talk to your market, create a touch point, gets their attention, and then gets their interest captured, as we've got here, right? Attention and interest. That's what we want to be able to do. And then we want to build that desire. So how do we build that desire? Well, great question. There are 7 emails that we want. First, it's a personal email, an email that's very short and quick and just says, hey, I'm running a short event on topic. Would you like to come? A promise. You want to let them know what it is and what it does that we just went through, right? So if, for example, do an email that's just around what it is and what it does. Then you want to go through the problem and you want to talk about a pain. What's a pain? Something that they feel and deal with, and then an objection that they have. Then the same thing, a problem, but the consequence in a gain. When you solve the problem, here's the consequence. So if you don't solve the problem, here's the pain in number 3. When you solve the problem, here's the gain. Proof, tell a story. Story about before and after, a story about someone who's gone from pain to gain, a story from someone who went from hard to easy, went from problem to solution. You want to tell the story that bridges the gap. Plan, show them the plan. What's the plan about? The plan is how it helps. It's these 3 things here. You want to show them exactly what they're going to walk away with, what they're going to take away, how it's going to work, and exactly how it's going to help. That's the game. And finally, what we want to do is make sure that they leave with an email that says, hey, just checking you got this. And you want to just remind them with a short email of what's going on. Now, those emails, by the way, I've got a little template here. This is kind of like the calendar. You can also post on social media as well alongside these emails. But when you do this consistently, leads don't become a problem anymore. You have a campaign, a full campaign ready to go. So what we want to be able to do is once we've written the emails, and I've got a little cash campaign canvas here, so you think of the theme and then you can sort of sketch out your ideas. You use this to sketch out your ideas. You can then go into ChatGPT or whatever to help you write it. What you want to be able to do then is write your 7 emails. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As I said, first thing you want to do, it needs to be personal. It needs to be a promise. Talk about the promise, like why they should care. Problem with the pain. Problem with the gain. Proof, plan, poke. So all of these emails lead them back here to capture the interest, right? And you're building up a desire and you've got to let them know that this is coming. Now, when you do the presentation, there are 3 things that your presentation needs to do to make sure that it converts. It doesn't just educate people and people walk away going, thank you so much, that was fantastic. You want to make sure that you've designed it strategically that takes them from, I'm interested to, oh, I need to talk to you about how you can help me, right? And as I said, I'll link below to a video where we walk through exactly how we use small events to create 5 to 6 figures a month. Follow that formula, you'll do really well. What we want to do then is, after we've sent these emails out, we want to make sure that we do these 3 things. First thing is we want to have an intro. Your intro is about dealing with a false belief, a belief that's not true. First thing is, you're probably thinking this, the reason why this is happening is because of this. You want to make sure that you deal with the belief objection. Then we want to give an insight. Now, an insight is not necessarily giving people information. It's telling them what the problem is, why it's occurring, and then you want to be able to do an exercise that helps bring out more insights from the person. So they have more, you get more engagement. You're not educating people, but you are allowing them to express things and see things differently, and the reality of their situation is like, oh, I need to do something. So what we want to do is we want to make people problem aware, right? Problem aware. And then you want to invite people to a plan, right, which makes them solution aware. The solution is never your big thing. The solution is the start of the big thing. It's the plan. It's the thing that we're going to do to help you get started, to get to the start line. It's not about getting you to the finish line. The goal here is just to get you to the start line so we can take that first step together. But let's have a chat to see whether it's right for you. That's how I deal with the presentation. And the last part that's super important, everybody, is these three things. Is that when you're in pursue mode, at the end, you want to talk to people who attended. You want to talk to people who didn't attend in the same way. And you want to have a deadline. So let people know, hey, by the way, 2 more days before I'm taking the booking page down, or I've only got 3 spots left. Don't make it bullcrap. Don't lie to people. Just let people know, hey, I'm not available all the time. Even if you are, you want to let people know that, hey, listen, I'm creating my own supply and demand. If you want any of this, by the way, I have a couple of things. So these are some emails that you can send to people, whether they turned up, if they signed up and didn't attend, or if they signed and they did attend. Also, outbound scripts. It pays just to call people, send people a basic email at the very worst and just say, hey, just wondering if getting help around topic is still something you're interested in, let me know. If you can follow this sequence in 30 days, every 30 days, or every other month, you can run the same campaign. The goal is to sort of have a different take on the same topic, because you're not changing your business every month, are you? You've just got to find a new problem to talk about that leads people to the same place. Like I said at the start, I ran the same presentation every month for 6 months, and I got people coming back the second time and they still got value out of it. So it's not about trying to recreate the wheel every time. It's about really getting people super clear about what you do and how you can help them. And you're far better off getting people to being consistent with a message than trying to be new and different all of the time. Because as I said, it's not what you know about you that creates great marketing. It's what the market knows about you, and that's going to take conditioning and consistency over time. So again, if you're interested and you want a copy of the workbook that I went through today, just comment workbook. I'll send you a link where you can register and we'll send it straight to you. Again, if you like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll add some more helpful YouTube videos to make sure that you can have the best next 12 months using events and a promotional sequence that goes around it so you can work smarter, not harder, and enjoy more leads, more opportunities, and more sales. In the meantime, I'm Ran Hosseini. Take care. Bye for now.